Celgene is next. Now, this is the one that Lungile added. It's a biopharma company like Amgen. It's headquartered in New Jersey, though, so it's on the other side of the United States of America. It focuses specifically on cancer and cancer-related treatments, drugs. It's got one in particular, which is its big money spinner now, but a huge pipeline of exciting stuff. Market capitalization is almost the same, $101.8 billion. Big company. Price-earnings ratio 49.29. No dividend yield. Can't be bothered to pay dividends. They'd rather keep their own money.
And invest it in finding new blockbusters.
Exactly.
Yes.
So what stood out for you on this one? Was it the Revlimid?
Yes,
that's the
Revlimid.
drug,
Yes.
Revlimid, that's for white blood cell or plasma cell cancer.
Yes, so that makes up around 60% of their revenue.
Yep.
I specifically like them because of the fact that they're in oncology.
Yeah.
And I can't stress the fact that oncology is the largest growing segment. I mean, it's forecasted to grow at around 11% till 2020.
Yeah.
So it's quite interesting. And this specific Revlimid drug is forecasted to be the #1 drug by 2020.
Yeah.
So they're in the right space, in the right country, with the right drug. What can go wrong there?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Look, it is a tricky drug, apparently. They've got the tie-up with McKesson because it has to be kept in some sort of a specially handled until it gets to the patient.
Yes.
But you know that what it is. They also have another drug, which is a current seller called Vidaza, which is for leukemia. But the real interest here is, as you say, some of these very exciting new cancer therapies. And one in particular I wanted to know if you know anything about. It's called immuno-oncology.
Yes.
I don't really know enough about what immuno-oncology is, but I assume it's drugs which activate your own immune system to attack the cancer cells.
Yes.
Which sounds like easier than it probably is. I'm glossing it a little bit here. But it's an interesting area because it's very exciting and there's lots of phase 3 work going on with the FDA has provided accelerated potential approval for, but it hasn't yet delivered on the promise. So the key question is whether the research scientists at Celgene are going to be able to come up with something then.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, we have to wait and see. And it, I mean, the approval takes quite some time. But it's encouraging. The fact that they've made it through phase 1, phase 2, and they're currently now at phase 3, it's something very encouraging. And it could possibly be a breakthrough for them.
So again, just to explain to the viewers out there, phase 1 is when you get like FDA approval simply to give it a try on a few people that are about to croak. Phase 2 is when you do like quite a controlled study with larger numbers. Phase 3 is when you've got to give it to a lot of people, including giving it to people as a control where they get a placebo and so on and so forth. And you've got to demonstrate that it has efficacy. Plus, if there's any downside, you know, side effects, you can get bombed as well, because you know it's no good if everyone you know dies as a result of unrelated problems. The other interesting thing for me about Celgene on looking at it was that quite a lot of the business has to do with stem cells, and I guess it's because they deal with blood cancer. So they've got another whole side business which is harvesting stem cells for people and doing that whole thing with placental cells and the service related to that, and then re-injecting the modified cells into people's body. Okay, good. So the question really, we haven't looked at the share price. There you go. So that also looks fairly similar to Amgen's. I suppose one should just point out that the whole pharmaceutical sector in 2015 and 2016 was a bit iffy because of the US election, where people worried that Trump and or Clinton were going to hammer these companies because drug prices were too high.
Very high,
So now that has sort of not gone away, not gone away. I don't know, because Trump is an enigma, of course. He sort of talks a lot of nonsense half the time. And then, you know, it doesn't really happen. And then you see that he's appointed somebody to the FDA who's very pro-business and comes from a pharma background. So that's positive.
It is. I mean, we saw the healthcare stocks rally a few days ago, so it's quite positive.
Okay, good. So you like this one. You guys hold this one and you recommend it for clients who are looking to get exposure to the oncology theme in specific.
Hot.
Fabulous. Hot, yes.